Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan, a medically qualified doctor and a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin color. So today's video is one that many of you have asked me to make, and that's the best and worst toners Korean beauty edition.
If there's one Korean skincare product that I could recommend to anyone, it would be this.
This is the best toner I've ever used.
Hydrating toners will just make everything smoother and softer.
#1 toner in Korea.
If you have very inflamed red skin, it's for you.
Come on. Are you doing this on purpose? I don't like it. It was so close to being a great product, which is such a shame. So these are all plus points. I love it. Run away. Starting off with Heartleaf 77% Soothing Toner. Right, so this brand really did take off on social media. Obviously, Korean skincare has done incredibly well for some very good reasons. I did a whole video on Beauty of Joseon that you should definitely go and have a quick look at. But yeah, starting off with this particular product. So the first ingredient, let's just show you what it looks like. So it comes out quite, oh, hold on. First of all, let's take off the silver packaging. All right, so it's coming out quite liquidy, which makes sense for a toner. Toner is obviously the lightest thing that goes onto the face. And I love it actually when toners have actives in them. Because imagine you've just washed the face. If you can put water-based actives onto the skin quite quickly before you put any thicker serums or moisturizers, it's going to penetrate better. So the first ingredient in here is Heartleaf extract, which contains polyphenolic flavonoids. Those are anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So it's actually a fantastic first ingredient. In here, the second ingredient is in solvents. Then it's got panthenol. Panthenol is your anti-inflammatory as well. So this is why the claim is that it's soothing. The fourth ingredient actually in here is sugar cane extract. That's a humectant. It holds water in the top layer of skin. That's also very important when you have a damaged skin barrier, because if you dehydrate the skin cannot recover. If you hydrate the skin, it allows all the other proteins to function correctly in a hydrated, moist environment. There's actually a few other anti-inflammatories in here that are plant-based, which I like as well, and it's NAFE safe. That's the most important thing, meaning no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, and no essential oils. That's really important when we're talking about skin of color in particular. Skin of color inflames very quickly, and our melanocytes, the cells producing the pigment melanin, are unforgiving. So as I always say, one scratch, one bite, or one burn, and we hyperpigment. How does that happen? The reason is our melanocytes are so reactive, those are pigment producing cells, that if you scratch the skin, they become very angry and they start to overproduce pigment. This means that we have to be very gentle with our skin. We have to be very informed and educated when it comes to our skin, because your melanocytes won't forgive you. And so actually for this reason, this is a Dr. V approved product. Moving on to the Niacinamide Essence Toner. What have we got? Okay, so it says it brightens the skin. Oh, beautiful. That is actually gorgeous. Look at that. You just feel like drinking it. That's what it looks like. Comes out very light, which makes sense. Water being very high in this ingredients list. Okay, so let's have a look at what's in here. Here we've put, it says it brightens. So the claim with this toner is that it brightens. So it's got niacinamide, alpha-arbutin, and it's got vitamin C. But let's check if they're in the therapeutic index. So it's got prunus fruit extract, which we already discussed and I like. Then it's got water, glycerin. Sixth ingredient in here is niacinamide. So that's about 2% so it means it's in therapeutic index, it means it's working. They've put in ferment, which I love. They've put in galactomyces, so that's your very gentle exfoliator, which I also love. And it's the 17th ingredient, which means it's very low down, probably a fraction of a percent, so you're not gonna see much from it. The 18th ingredient in here is alpha-arbutin, so at probably 0.5%, if that, not in the therapeutic index, you're not gonna see any benefit from that. So this is essentially a niacinamide toner, right? But with a mistake. They added fragrance. So this could have been excellent actually as a niacinamide toner, but they added an acid that you don't wear during the day, so your galactomyces, and they added fragrance, which you don't wear at all, which is such a shame because this is so beautiful and you can see that this would have done really well on social media, but yeah, I think it needs a bit of tweaking for skin of color. Moving on to the 2% BHA exfoliating toner. Oh, nice color. I They're really clever with their colors. So very light and liquidy on the skin. So it will penetrate quite easily, very watery. Right, let's see what's in this product. So it's 2% BHA, that's your salicylic acid, which is fine. But then they've put in tea tree extract. Now, back in the day, tea tree extract was one of, the only antibacterials we had. The problem is it's an essential oil and it can lead to irritation of the skin. So imagine you now have sensitive acne skin. Tea tree oil is not the thing that you want to really put on, especially if you have skin of color and you hyperpigment. They have got the fruit extracts, which are humectants plus ceramides, which I loved. This was so close to being something that I would recommend because it doesn't even have fragrance in it. Yeah, even when you smell it, you can't smell it. So if it wasn't for the tea tree oil, or tea tree, I would have recommended this product. But as it stands, it's a no. So moving on to the next one, which is the toning toner. So this is a PHA toner. Now PHA is basically gluconolactone. So this is a very gentle exfoliator. It's a sort of exfoliator you would use as you get older and you can't tolerate, like mandelic acid even. Then I would recommend you go in with PHA. So let's have a look. So this says again, 84% Centella. Really? Is it really 84% Centella, or is it water, like most of that, like 99% of that, and add in Centella? That's more like it. Let's have a look at the ingredients list. Let me show you what it looks like. It's like this. So it comes out quite liquidy. And again, it's one of these, it's just such a waste of product doing this. No fragrance I like, or a very light one, which is, I'll just check to see if there's actually any fragrance in this. Very nice. And we would just press this into the skin. I like it. I like the feel of this. Any tingling? No, it's okay. All right, so in here we've got water, then we've got dipropyl glycol, and then we've got Centella. So a really simple ingredients list. I love that it's a fragrance free, but the downside with this is even though PHA, gluconolactone, is a light chemical exfoliator, it's still a chemical exfoliator. And for skin of color, we should not be exfoliating our skins every day. This is too much for us. And what will happen is over time, you might actually see brightness initially, but over time, your skin will become drier and duller. This was not made for skin of color. So this is not a doctor-V approved product. However, for Caucasian skin or just skin that's people are not watching my channel, probably, this product's actually gonna be really great for them. This is gonna be really great for Korean skin. And this is really why we have to be empowered with education when it comes to which K-beauty products are great for us, which ones are okay for us, and which ones are just run away. What I would say with this product, if you really want to use it, and I do like it, is use it 2 nights a week maximum and use it at nighttime, not daytime. Moving on to the hyaluronic toner. Beautiful packaging again. I love it. It just looks like you're at the bottom of the sea or something. It's just so calming. I love it. It's a plastic bottle, but it feels heavy and good quality. Oh, that is so nice. They have seals on everything. That's one thing. You don't understand. Today I've opened up at least 40 bottles. So it's coming out very light. That's what I expect. Again, though, with toners, generally I prefer them as a spray rather than as a pump that's pumping onto the skin. Because also, you're wasting a lot of product when you put it onto the hands, and then you're just not getting maximum benefit. But anyway, let's have a look to see what's in this product, tell you if it's worth it or not. So the ingredients are water, betaine, which is a humectant, glycerin, another water magnet, propandiol, another water magnet, then rice extract and ferment. I love both of these. We get a little bit of alpha-arbutin with the ferment. It's hydrating and conditioning, I would say. You're not going to get much in terms of hyperpigmentation brightening, having a fraction of % of alpha-arbutin isn't going to do much, but it is a NAFE-safe product. I'm happy for you to wear this if you have dry, dehydrated skin, flaky skin, sensitive skin, rosacea. All of those skin types are going to benefit from this toner. So this one is Dr. V approved for those specific conditions. Moving on to the Centella Asiatica toner. All right, so let's see what this looks like. This one is actually very viral. I see this all over my social media pages. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it's coming up, obviously, it's quite a nice amount, 150 mils. It's got a little security seal at the top. You know what, I always struggle when I've got slippery hands from skincare to do the security seal. Okay, so let's show you. That's coming out quite light, drippy, And it's got a stopper at the top, so not too much is coming out at the same time. You do have to press this one into your hands, and generally I like it when it gets sprayed onto the skin. So it says it's got 100% Centella asiatica. This is just not true. And again, I hate when there are false claims, and I have to call it out. Look, the first ingredient in here is water. Like, we're looking at 99% water in this product. Then it's got butylene glycol. Then it's got 1,2-hexendiol. And then the fourth ingredient in here is Centella. So again, you're looking at fraction of a percent of Centella, maybe 1% in this entire thing. And then calling it 100% Centella asiatica, I don't like it, because you're being, I don't want to say conned, but you're being misled. And I really don't like that for my Skin of Color family. And so for that reason, I don't like the claim. But having said this, it's a nail-safe product, and it's actually a lovely product if you're looking for something that is just hydrating and soothing to the skin. If you have a damaged skin barrier, I'm happy for you to use this. Are you going to get any brightening effects with it? No. Is it going to help with texture? No. Is it going to help with fine lines? No. But I'm still approving this product because it is nail-safe, and it's going to be good if you have a dehydrated barrier. Moving on to ginseng essence water. So the claim here is a fresh, nourishing toner enriched with hanbang. This is basically a traditional Korean herbal medicine. Ooh, nice. Again, beautiful packaging. I do love the opaqueness of it. All right, let's see what it looks like. So the first ingredient in here is Panax Jing root extract. This is multi-beneficial ingredient. It's an antioxidant, plus it boosts hydration. So it contains antioxidant compounds, including flavonoids plus vitamin B complex. So research has also shown that the topical application of ginseng root boosts skin hydration, diminishes rough texture, and helps fade uneven skin tone. I would say the smell is quite strong from this particular ingredient. The second ingredient in here is butylene glycol. So that's a humectant, followed by glycerin, another humectant. And the fifth ingredient here is niacinamide to strengthen the skin barrier. This product doesn't have any other actives, but it does what it says. It will re-nourish the skin. And so for me, this is one I'm happy for you to use. This one's Dr. V approved. Right, moving on to the next one. This is the Green Plum Refreshing Toner, AHA plus BHA. So the claim here is that the Green Plum Toner is ideal for use in the morning and evening during the first step of skincare to wipe away residual waste and smooth out the skin texture. The first four ingredients are solvents, but the fifth ingredient is glycolic acid. Could you imagine wearing glycolic acid every day, morning and night? This is a mistake for my Skin of Color family, because glycolic acid is a resurfacing acid with a tiny molecular weight, the smallest molecular weight, flies through the skin and actually can lead to the most amount of damage and irritation to the skin. So they've combined AHA plus BHA. So I love that they've done that, but they've picked the wrong AHA basically. It doesn't smell too bad, and actually there's a very distinctive reaction that happens when you put an AHA with salicylic acid. And actually, Glow Recipe has done an AHA-BHA product, and the fragrance is so bad, it's such an awful product. In order to sort of mask that reaction smell, I certainly wouldn't recommend this product to my Skin of Color family. It gets a 2 out of 10. Moving on to Green Tea Hyaluronic Toner. I'm actually quite excited about this one as well. They have got a way of naming their products. Ooh, okay, heavy bottle. It's not glass, it's plastic. Okay, we're in. So basically it's just water, it comes out very watery. It's essentially just water. Right, so let's check what's actually in this product. Water's the first ingredient, obviously, and it's at a high percentage, it's very, very liquidy. Then it's got butylene glycol, so that's a humectant. Then it's got propanediol, that's your solvent. Then it's got panthenol, which is anti-inflammatory. It's got glycerin, another humectant. Then it's got your green tea extract, which is your anti-inflammatory. I love green tea generally. It's such a beautiful product for Skin of Color. It helps with hyperpigmentation and it's anti-inflammatory. That's kind of the holy grail when it comes to brightening or anti-hyperpigmentation ingredients for us. If you pick, for example, a tyrosinase inhibitor for brightening hyperpigmentation, but it actually further irritates the skin, it can lead to more hyperpigmentation. So it's not about just picking whichever tyrosinase inhibitor that's the most effective or the most powerful. It's about towing that fine line to make sure you're getting all the benefits, but without any of the negative outcomes. It was so close to being a great product, but guess what they went and added? You guessed it, fragrance. Why? Totally unnecessary. There's so many toners now on the market that have the same ingredients, but none of the irritation. Don't waste your money. So next one is the Glow Recipe Watermelon PHA BHA Pore Tightening Toner. This is also everywhere. Oh, it's quite goopy. I thought it was going to come out really liquidy for some reason. It's actually a bit sickening, the smell. It's just too much. It's just too much. Can you imagine layering this on top of each other over and over all day long? It does feel refreshing. No irritation. It is actually an enjoyable experience just because of how light it feels. But PHAs are beautiful and non-irritating, great if you have sensitive skin. And actually the two together work very well. They don't smell bad. But so I don't know why they've gone to town with this fragrance on this thing. Let's have a look at the ingredients list. First ingredient here is a Pantia extract, which I love. Actually, it's got high in antioxidants, very hydrating. So the dupe would be the Centella Ampoule Madagascar. This is actually another viral product. This is 100% Centella. And now the good things with this is it has no lavender oil in it or extract. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the hands. It's got a bit more of an oily consistency, I'd say. Very mild scent. Ooh. It's really refreshing. That is so nice. That is really nice on the skin. I think you're going to have different benefits with this product. This is actually probably better if you've got an inflamed barrier, an irritated skin barrier. I actually really love this product. This is also part of the giveaway. All the dupes, by the way, are part of the giveaway. So if you haven't already figured it out, I hope you're writing it all down below. So a little hint, guys, the order so far from worst to best is this. I'm going to let you fill in the rest. Moving on to the Centella Relief Green Toner Pad. Okay, so the claim is that it should be able to calm down inflammation. And this is something that K-Beauty is actually very good for, is helping with inflammation and damaged skin barriers. Okay, so it's quite a lot of packaging. It is a beautiful tub. I just don't like this much plastic, to be honest. Okay. So it looks like. I'll open it up. I think we have to remove this bit first. Oh, whoopsie. So this comes out. Whew. Okay, can you smell? You can't smell, sorry. Can you smell? Can you smell, guys? Can you smell it? No. Okay. I can smell it. It's got a light scent. That's what it looks like. Do you know what? It's just so, like, I can see how exciting this is to open, how interesting it is to open. And I love this. Look at this. This is so clever. Can you see? This is very satisfying. Can you see? Oh my gosh. It looks like leaves. This is so nice. Okay, all right. So let me tell you what it feels like on the skin. Very cooling on the skin. Nice thin feel to this. This actually feels different to what you normally put on the skin, because usually we have those thicker cotton pads which tend to be a bit rougher, but this is very smooth on the skin. So I can see how like relaxing this would be, especially if you have a damaged skin barrier. Let me tell you what is actually in this product, tell you if it's worth it or not. The first ingredient is Centella, which I love. They've also put licorice root extract, which I also love. It's a skin brightener for skin of color, I like it. Then they put Houtinia extract, which is an antioxidant. It's a very common antioxidant actually used in K-Beauty a lot. And then they put in glycerin. So this is a humectant. Love it. So far, I love it. But then they went and ruined the whole thing by putting in citrus peel oil, pelargonium oil, plus rosemary leaf oil. These are all essential oils. They can damage the skin barrier. Now imagine if the purpose of this is to calm irritation, why on earth would you put in irritants? It makes no sense. I get the sensorial experience. I get that you want to sell thousands and millions of products, but you really have to look at the purpose of the product. What exactly are you trying to create, and what actives should go in and what actives should you avoid? And honestly, all of skincare, any formulator watching me now, if you are thinking about making something for skin of color, please just avoid fragrance. It's really the bare minimum that you can do. So for me, unfortunately, this one's a hard no. So here we've got the toner, the Super Glowing Essence. So if you guys don't already know, I am in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can come and ask me your skincare questions. And also, you know, one thing that shocked me is I was looking at my stats the other day. So we just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube in January. Then 8 weeks later, we hit another 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm thinking we're doing really well. And then I look at my stats and I realize 88% of those watching this channel regularly have not subscribed. And it made me think, if everybody watching subscribes to this channel, we would hit 2 million subscribers really quickly, whereas the first million took me years and years to get there. That was a thought. So if you could do that thing for me and just like push that button, it would just make me so happy. So please do. All right, moving on to this. This is very different. I really like this yellow packaging, and it does look like a glowy type of feel. Can you see the sun coming through it, the light coming through it? I just can't beat Koreans with the feel that they give you, the sensorial experience. So it comes out very liquidy. Nice, okay. Ooh, quite strong. Not so nice, okay. Right, let me tell you what's in this thing. I love that they put in lots of fermented ingredients. That's excellent. And it's non-comedogenic and it's hydrating. So these are all plus points. I love it. But the major downside of this, however, is they put in Pelargonium gravolians oil, plus they've added geraniol plus citronellol. These are all fragrances. These are all disasters, especially for every day. This is a big, big mistake for us. Please avoid this product. I know you want the glow, but I've actually made you whole videos on how to get the glow, and this product is not it. Moving on to a very interesting product. This is the Pore Zero Peeled Egg Toner Pad. Guys, can you write in the comment section which K-beauty brand you want me to review next? I don't know why, I just feel like these type of toner pads are just so much waste. You know, like these are the sort of ingredients that you can just put into a bottle and put directly into your hand and into your face, onto your face, like, I don't know, I just don't like it. Unless it's obviously biodegradable, in which case, you know, it's better. Interesting. Okay, like this. This is actually a rougher material. It's rougher on one side and slightly smoother on the other. All right, so let's see what's in this product. So in here, the third ingredient is ethanol. Third ingredient is alcohol. Come on. Are you doing this on purpose? I just don't understand. Why? So, okay, I get it. You want to do the quick dry feel, right? I get it. Okay, so we don't want, you know, water to stay on the skin for too long. But the downside of this is so enormous, it makes no sense. Oh my God, it went on my lip by accident. I can actually taste the alcohol. This is horrendous. Plus fragrance, oh my gosh, and they've actually put in PHA. So you know how I love PHA as a very gentle exfoliator, but why on earth would you then put that in with alcohol and fragrance? Like, are you trying to like irritate skin of color and like just make the worst product possible? What were you thinking? This one, like, please.
BHA Blackhead Power Liquid 4%. And I'm pleased to say I actually really like this product. Starting off with the first ingredient is Salix alba bark water, which is a great anti-inflammatory. It has great moisturizers in it too. So it's got butylene glycol, it's got panthenol and arginine. And actually, butylene glycol is quite good because it's a solvent, but it also helps the other ingredients penetrate deeper into the skin. Now, some of you who also like to delve into ingredients will notice that it has 4% salicylate betaine. Now, you might be thinking, but that's not salicylic acid. How is this a BHA? It's because in Korea, they're not actually allowed to put in high percentages of salicylic acid. So what they do is they combine betaine, which is a moisturizer, with salicylic acid. So, the combination, 4% of this, is similar efficacy to 2% salicylic acid. The fourth ingredient here is niacinamide. So if you've watched my niacinamide video, you will know all about niacinamide. It is one of my favorite ingredients and it's great for skin of color. It does multiple things. It helps to reduce hyperpigmentation. It helps to reduce your sebum levels. So if you have oily, acne-prone skin, it's great. It helps to control pore size, so minimizing pores. And it also helps to improve the texture of the skin. And very few people react with niacinamide as well, which is essential when we're talking about skin of color. As it's the fourth ingredient, it means that it's approximately 3 to 4%, which means that it's in the therapeutic range. The only one small negative that I would say with this particular product is that it's got ethyl hexandiol in it, which has been known to cause dermatitis and irritation around the eye. This is, however, rare and I myself would purchase this product. If you've watched enough of my videos, you will know that I have very high standards when it comes to skin of color and the skincare that we should and shouldn't be wearing. And I don't take it lightly when I recommend you purchase a product. So with this, I think it has fantastic actives in it and has nothing irritating in it. Plus there's no fragrance, no essential oils. So this one is a keeper. So the next product we're going to be talking about is a white seed brightening toner. So the positives here is it does have niacinamide. Now niacinamide, how it works with pigmentation is if you think about the skin's basically divided into two layers, the epidermis and the dermis. Now in between we have the basal layer, and that's where the melanocyte lives. The melanocyte is a cell that produces a pigment melanin, and it looks like an octopus with lots of legs. So this little octopus melanocyte sits here and produces melanin in little tiny parcels. Those parcels then are transferred into the skin cells around it called keratinocytes. Those skin cells come to the surface, and that's when you see pigmentation. Now what niacinamide does is it slows down the transfer of those melanosome particles, those parcels, into the skin cells. And when you slow down that, it does help to slow down the rate of melanin that you see coming to the skin, which is actually quite good for pigmentation. However, on its own, niacinamide, you're not going to really see much reduction. With pigmentation and skin of color, we require very high tyrosinase inhibitor percentages. If you follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, you can see I specialize in pigmentation for skin of color. I've treated 30,000 cases with a 95% success rate. I actually created the world's only pigmentation treatment designed for skin of color. So you can head over there and follow me on that. So niacinamide, yes, we use niacinamide, but on its own, you're really not going to see much reduction, to be honest. So it does have hydrating ingredients in it. It's got glycerin, it's got butylene glycol, which I like. It's also got anti-inflammatory. So it has got Salix alba bark extract, which is also very good for skin of color. On the downsides of this product, it does have tricetyreth full sulfate, which is a surfactant, and it's not really safe for damaged skin. So I'd avoid this if you've got acne or dermatitis or eczema or anything that's basically led to a interruption of your skin barrier. They did add perfume as well, which was just, why? If any of you are thinking about starting a skincare brand, the number one thing I'd say to you is just don't add perfume, and you're already ahead of the game. You're already beating the big boys in skincare. I mean, this product, it's literally missing tyrosinase inhibitors. It only has niacinamide in it. It's not enough to brighten the skin. It does say it's got white daisy flower extract in the marketing, but unfortunately, there's not much clinical data on this particular ingredient. So it's a shame because I'm actually really excited about Korean skincare. I really enjoyed making my CosRx video, and I highly recommend you go and watch that video because there's some products I actually want to purchase myself. But this one, I feel like they let themselves down a little bit.